Changing gears slightly, police confirming that 2 more people were shot and killed at the notorious Glebelands hostel in Kwazulu-Natal. The killings coming just hours before the trial of 8 suspects, including a policeman, and that trial was due to get underway today, but that case being subsequently postponed to Wednesday. Well, let's get your reaction now from community activist for human rights and social justice, Vanessa Berger. Vanessa, 2 more deaths occurring at Glebelands hostel overnight. Does this come as a surprise to you, firstly? And in terms of the links, do you associate what happened last night to this trial that was set to get underway today at all?
Well, no one seems to know the motive yet, why those 2 men were killed last night, so it's too early to say at the moment. But we have noticed a spike in the violence every time these guys go to court. So it's not surprising. It's also not surprising because the underlying problems at Glebelands, the structural and socio-economic issues, have never been resolved. The political issues have not been resolved. And, there's still a lot of hitmen there. So it's really not surprising, no.
Vanessa, from the work that you've done and, even some of the research which you presented before the Moerane Commission, we know that about 100 witnesses are set to be called up as part of this trial. When you see deaths like this, do you at all think that it could be an attempt even to silence the community or those who may want to contribute to a trial like that, which will now get underway on Wednesday?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's definitely possible because we've had at least 6 witnesses killed over the past few years with cases linked to Glebelands. The prosecutor himself, there was a plot to take him out. From suspects already in prison. So, that's definitely, intimidation definitely plays a very big role.
And of course, we're now speaking about 8 suspects that will go through this trial. But from what you've said, even in this interview, the number of those on the ground that are behind this criminality certainly would be much higher than that. Do you think that police are making any progress in terms of really trying to track down the source and the origins of this violence?
The team that has been working on the cases since about early 2016, late 2016, around that time, they have been doing a very good job. They have made other arrests. They've secured some other excellent sentences. So they are definitely doing their best. But there has to be political support and also support from senior police officers. One of my big concerns was during the Moerane Commission when SAPS testified, a very senior officer died under oath. So that is a concern. That is an ongoing concern because it has never been addressed. These are problems. Also, police on the ground. There have been reports of bribery, very late arrivals at crime scenes, that kind of thing. It has improved. Police presence has improved there. But this is not just a policing issue. It goes way beyond that.
And just lastly, Vanessa, from what you understand, seemingly it seems that this situation as it is benefits certain, whether it's people, whether it's entities. Who are the people that are reaping the most out of Glebelands remaining in the state of violence and seemingly unable to pull itself out of the current state that it's in?
Well, it's multifaceted. There has been a syndicate of people who were definitely involved in removing a certain other group of people at the hospital. A large percentage of the people actually shot dead at the hospital were members of the former block committee. There were political motives behind their removal. But there's also other aspects to it. There's the taxi violence side of it. Some of the hitmen are linked to taxi hits. It's a very large sort of interlinked network of people who sort of come and go. They perform crimes in other areas. It's not only assassinations, there's also hijacking, there's armed robberies, all of that kind of thing. So it's not a cut and dried case of a small group of people being behind this. It's a very much larger socioeconomic, as I say, and structural problem, and political. So it needs a sort of multi-dimensional approach to resolve it. And basically, what needs to happen is the apartheid legacy of the hostels needs to be reversed, which is something that the ANC has never ever paid attention.
And certainly for 25 years into democracy, there could have been a better track record in terms of what's happening at Glebelands Hostel, specifically given the legacy, as Vanessa Berger tells us there, that has its roots and its foundations in the apartheid system. So more deaths at Glebelands as that trial gets underway. 8 people are going to be put on trial for various charges, including murder, attempted murder, and associated with the violence that takes place there.